Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I am Hanu Fatma from 4th year MBBS Slums. My topic of discussion is cataract. So, what is cataract? It can be defined as opacification of the crystalline transparent lens of an eye. Before focusing on cataract, we must know the basic anatomy of the lens. Lens is a transparent biconvex structure that makes one of the refractive medium of our eye. It is avascular and have no lymphatic or the nerve supply. This is one of the reasons of lens transparency. As you see, here is the lens. Its posterior surface is more convex than the anterior one. If we talk about its structure, lens has a capsule. Capsule is a homogeneous, highly elastic envelope of lens, thickest at the equator and thinnest at its posterior pole. Now, the stroma of the lens consists of epithelium and the lens fibers. The epithelium of the lens is a monolayer of cuboidal cells present only behind anterior lens capsule and absent from the posterior side. The lens fibers arranged in two layers of the cortex and the nucleus. This demarcation is not morphological but according to the developmental time. The oldest fibers lies in the center of the nucleus, in the nucleus, and the youngest ones at the cortex. From inside to the outside arrangement is like embryonic fibers, the foetal fibers, the infantile fibers, and the adult fibers. As lens is a refractive medium, it must have some refractive index. The refractive index of the nucleus is 1.4 as it is little harder than the cortex, and that of cortex is 1.3. So the average refractive index is 1.39. Lens contribute one third of total refraction in eye, other two third is by the cornea. If due to any cause of the transparency of lens is disturbed, it will lead to cataract. According to this whole anatomy, cataract have various types depending of which part of it is becoming opaque. Like capsular cataract, if the capsule is becoming opaque, subcapsular, if it is right behind the capsule, cortical cataract, posterior subcapsular, the nuclear cataract, and the subcortical cataract. One more interesting type is the lamellar cataract. Lamella is a region that is surrounding the nucleus of the lens. So if the opacity is in the lamellar region, there will be the clear nucleus in the center and the clear periphery. So it will look like a spoke of wheel. It is also called as Rider's cataract. Other types are central oil cataract involving nucleus and the deep cortex, punctate or the blue dot cataract. Multiple small stationary opacities are present here. It does not affect your vision. Total cataract involving lens as a whole. Moreover, in some infections or the injuries, lens material is absorbed partially or completely, called as membranous cataract. As in this, lens become thin as a membrane. This was the anatomical classification. Cataract can also be classified according to age of the patient. Congenital, infantile, adult, presenile, or the senile cataract. Most common ones are the congenital and the senile means old age cataract. Let's talk about the congenital cataract. As we know, congenital means it will be present at birth or in the early childhood. It may be due to maternal causes like malnutrition. That's why women should take special care of their diet and health, especially during pregnancy. Exposure to radiation like X-rays, infection like rubella virus, drugs, and other causes like diabetes can cause cataract in infants. Fertile causes, it may be hereditary, that patient must have family history, or due to chromosomal abnormalities. Chromosomal abnormalities is a whole different lengthy topic, but you must at least heard about Down syndrome. It is common in that cataract may appear as an isolated disorder or may be associated with certain other ocular disorders like aniridia, absent iris, persistent hyperplastic primary vitreous, or with some systematic disorders like electrosemia, hypoglycemia, hypocalcemia, or hypothyroidism. These were the causes of congenital cataract. Now the senile cataract. Senile cataract also have some causes. Most important one is the age. As we know, with increasing age, our body declines. Then common things like infections, UV radiations, etc. affect it in ways. All these little changes cause changes in permeability of the capsule, hence hydration of the capsule occur. This was all about what cataract is and what are its main causes. Now come to the point how the patient of cataract will present. Here is a patient of cataract visiting to the ophthalmologist in pain. If it is in pain, his or her parent will come with a complaint that their child has decreased vision and there is a whitish reflex in his or her eyes. Here you can see this whitish reflex called as leukocoria. And in adults, cataract is a painful disorder, so adult will come to you with some visual problems. It is very clear from our whole discussion that lens is a refractive medium, so if any opacity that is obviously not normal is present in it, will act as an extra refractive medium in the path of the light. You can understand this by the example of a straight clear road, that is our eye. If a light ray, for example a person is running through it, he will reach his target without any distraction. But if we place a hurdle between this path, then light will hit on this hurdle between his path first, and by hitting, light ray can refract in some other direction or may scatter as well. That's why the patient of cataract will always complain like I can't bear bright sunlight. That's what we call as glare. And he may also complain that he feels like scattering of the light, that is called as halos. And if the cataract is in his one eye only, he may complain of the double vision diplopia. because due to large opacities, two different images will form in his two eyes. Now the doctor will examine the patient's eye to confirm whether it's cataract or not. If yes, it is of which type and of which extent or stage. The best method of cataract examination is slit lamp examination, which it can be examined by simple torch or by distant direct ophthalmoscope, but they are not that accurate. As we know, nothing happens all at once, but it takes place gradually. Cataract also goes through its stages. In the very beginning, there will be light grayness of the lens, lamellar stage, then there will be small opacities. Later, these small opacities fuse or coalesce together to form big ones that will cause greater changes in refraction. If it further proceeds, the lens will swell up. Here it is understood that everything has its proper placement in our eye. If its size or shape increases from normal one, it will occupy neighbor's place. In the same way, the swollen lens will occupy anterior chamber and may lead to close angle glaucoma. When the cataract opacity occupy whole of the lens, we termed it as mature cataract. If it is not treated yet, it will undergo hypermature state. In this stage, all these opacities and the lens content undergo disintegration and transformation of the petulaceous mass. During this disintegration, some lens content leak out and may cause secondary glaucoma, and some water can imbibe in lens as well. This will cause the nucleus of lens to sink in the bottom and cortex will appear as milk. This stage is called as Morganian stage. Here is the milky cortex and the sinking nucleus. Further, the zonules of the lens that are keeping it in place and play the role in accommodation degenerates. This means lens will displace from its normal position, partially or completely, subluxation or the luxation and leads to ectopia lentis. In this way, if the cataract is not treated at time, it may cause blindness. Fortunately, nowadays we can treat cataract successfully. There is no proven medical treatment, but sometimes many types of surgical and laser treatments for it are present. Let's talk about the most simplest surgery, then we'll proceed to the modern techniques. The aim is to remove the cataractous lens and place a new one. Here I am showing you an animation to understand the cataract surgery.
To correct this, a doctor may recommend phacoemulsification cataract surgery. Before the procedure, the surgeon numbs the area with anesthesia. Pressure may also be applied to decrease the internal pressure within the eye. This will lower the chances of complications later in the surgery. Then a small incision is made in the cornea of the eye. Fluids are injected into this incision to support the surrounding structures. The top of the lens capsule is then removed to gain access to the cataract. The surgeon then uses ultrasonic waves to fragment and emulsify the clouded portions of the lens. They are then removed. Once the cataract is removed, an intraocular lens, or IOL, will be placed into the empty lens capsule. Small struts will hold it in place.
The modern techniques are phacoemulsification, femtosecond laser, etc. Their advantage is they require small self-healing incision. The lens that is to be inserted in place of the cataractous lens must be taken from the cadaver within 6 to 24 hours and have to preserve it properly, or they may be artificial made up of silicone, hydrogel, soft acrylic, or PMMA. Lens can be inserted in anterior chamber. Here it is, anterior to the pupil, but it has various adverse effects as it can irritate the pupil or it can irritate the endothelium of cornea and the other structures in the eye and can make the condition worse. So the best is to place it in its natural position, that is in posterior chamber in the patellar fossa. Lens have two parts. Here it is, the haptic part for its stability and the optic part for the refraction. Lens can be rigid, consist of PMMA. This will need large incision for insertion, or foldable or rollable, they will need small or very small incisions. Last but not least, 80 to 90% cataract surgeries are successful, but they may have certain complications. Like anesthetic complications depend if it inserts some non-intentional space. It may have intraoperative complications like suprachoroidal hemorrhage. Here it is the red eye, rupture of the posterior capsule, nucleus drop, or the vitreous loss. Post-operative complications like infection, the iris prolapse, posterior capsule opacification, movement of eye from its normal place, or hypopyon. But fortunately, these can be easily avoided by proper hygienic OT and well-experienced surgeon. That was all about cataract. Thank you.